The boot camp has had an amazing journey. You know, I guess if I'm truly honest, I underestimated the impact of what the boot camp would actually, have, not only on the participants, but also on myself in regards to the growth that I've seen of the team. You know, we had, everyone with very positive intent going into this boot camp, wanting to change, wanting to become a better leader. And I had good leaders, make no mistake. They weren't broken or they weren't dysfunctional. But what I've seen is leadership growth. I've seen maturity. I've seen courage. And I've seen a real confidence growth in the boot camp, and that's been really satisfying to watch. So with boot camp, we did a check-in halfway through the process, and we presented sort of our findings and observations to the executive leadership team on how the team were tracking in regards to, their experience to date and what sort of growth and opportunities we were seeing. And I guess it was refreshing and also inspiring to have my MD react very positively about what he had seen to date. He's using his words. He invested in the boot camp and he believed it was a great in concept, the structure of how it would work, but he had totally underestimated what he was going to see in regards to the growth and leadership capability that had been built in such a short time. So I think the sustainability of the boot camp comes from that it's a conversation that doesn't stop. It's not a 2-day offsite. For us, what's worked is that it's been a hypercare management period over, a 6 to 8 month window where we've kept the conversation going around the key things that we needed to change around leadership. So because of the boot camp's success with this particular group, in response to the operating model changes that we had, we actually are going to leverage the boot camp in its format to actually now tap into other teams and other functional teams and the leaders so that they can also experience sort of that growth and change in the leadership capability that we're looking for.
I think the biggest success of the bootcamp is that we've done it as a collective. So sometimes people get trained and then you've got person here, person there. But if not everybody comes on the journey, it doesn't really work because one person somewhere is very excited and the rest like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I think the most successful thing is that the whole company is doing it and we're going through it all together. So it's a journey. Again, that's also a challenge. New people coming in don't know about it. I think the only way to make sure that this continuously work is keep training people who come in and then as a team, reset yourself again to understand how you work. So it's not a great, we've done it, now we're good. It's a continuous effort. So yeah, that's quite important. Everything is always so busy. You need to make your targets. It can be quite a pressure cooker, but sitting together as a team and taking the time to meditate and really think about why are we here and how do I work with other people. It was great to do it together. You can do it by yourself, but taking the time just to stand still, phones away, and think about it, that was great, and I think that really lifted the team. The other one was working with horses. So we did this exercise, can you lead a horse to water? And the confronting part was that, horses don't lie. What you see is what you get, and is for the horse as well to you. So we can talk a lot, and we like to talk a lot, like I'm doing now, but I think everybody can see if I would be comfortable or not comfortable now. Whatever I say, you can see it. And that's what horses pick up as well. So you think you can fool people when you're in a room or work with a team. You can't. They'll see right through it. So that's the big learning was be yourself and be authentic. That's the only way to lead a team. And the other part was always take everybody on the journey. It's funny that sometimes we were like huddling in a little group to decide what we would do with the horse, and the horse would get very annoyed because he wasn't part of the team. It's very interesting, would sweep his head around and kick some people off their feet. So it was really interesting learning. But it's cool because it's not just somebody standing in front of the class telling you, well, this and this is the best way to do it. It's an animal like showing you. So I think that's sort of made the most impact because you won't forget that. Sometimes a presentation, like, I'm busy, but this is, it's like an emotional impact. So that was, quite